Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's breaking news. We've still got excellent information, so let's continue. Google, the tech giant, has given the world an impressive search engine, as well as Google Maps, YouTube, Chrome, and Android. Now, the firm has recently announced that a brand new company is here to put a roof over the head of Google and all of its subsidiaries companies. Enter Alphabet. Larry Page, now the former CEO of Google, announced a restructuring of the unconventional company on Google's blog and on Alphabet's site as well, stating a number of reasons on why they are taking these actions and why now. Larry Page stated by saying that they are looking to have a cleaner and more accountable company, with Alphabet now as acting as the parent company of all of the subsidiaries of Google. Or, as he puts it, a collection of companies. The core of Alphabet is to promote independent and prosperous businesses, each of them led by strong CEOs. Now, this structure will allow Google to focus more on its very own projects, which will now be led by new CEO Sundar Pichai, the former head of Google's Android and Chrome divisions. I feel very fortunate to have someone as talented as he is to run the slightly slimmed down Google, and this frees up time for me to continue to scale our aspirations, stated Page on a company communique. This move has been characterized as a way to keep the company fresh and current, as it would not want to be held back to face a world of evolving around it. Google has always been focused on innovation, and executives believe that this will continue stretching their boundaries, as explained on Page's announcement. As for the users, there's nothing to worry about, as Google will still be there as functional as always. The step is more of a managing or strategic approach. Names might change a little, but the services most likely would remain the same and improve in the future, as we know, which is what Google does the best. As far as the name Alphabet goes, several theories have been heard circling around. Page has provided several reasons, one of them being that alphabet is a collection of letters that represent language. He also said that alpha is a financial term meaning return of investments above the benchmark, which is something that the company strives for, of course. In more information, in the year 2011, Airbus published the design for an ultra-rapid air vehicle, the patent of which was just approved recently by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The jet has been characterized as the 2.0 version of the retired Concorde and would theoretically be able to travel as fast as 4.5 times the speed of sound, or Mach 4.5. This way, it could actually connect New York to London in only 1 hour. Now, this hypersonic jet for commercial service could revolutionize the air travel industry, as it stated that this aircraft could fly twice as fast as the now defunct supersonic jet, the Concorde, which was retired in the year 2003. As the documents of the patent explain, quoted by the BBC, the vehicle would have 2 turbojets under the fuselage used for taxiing and takeoff, a rocket motor in the rear end which would make it lift vertically to reach an altitude of over 100,000 feet, then the ramjets, which would boost the speed to Mach 4.5. Now, the sonic booms resulting from the Concorde's traveling faster than the speed of sound used to affect people back when it was in use. Now, this new aircraft is proposing a vertical lift that would dissipate the sonic boom in all directions, ensuring it does not reach the ground to eliminate noise pollution. If the jet is actually built in the future, it is said that it could connect Madrid and Mexico City, Paris and San Francisco, or Tokyo to Los Angeles in just 3 hours. The ultra-rapid air vehicle would only carry 20 passengers instead of the plus 100 passengers on regular flights. Even though it is still in its planning phase, Airbus said it would take 30 to 40 years to bring this technology into service, if at all. In more news, Chicago startup Polyera has spent 10 years making screens that do not just curve. It's producing displays that you can actually twist, bend, and roll up like a yoga mat. Getting the Surface screen itself to bend is not actually the biggest challenge. The hardest part is getting the layers of electronics behind the screens, like the transistors, to contort. Now, the majority of electronic devices we surround ourselves with are rigid bricks, said Polyera's founder and CEO Phil Inagaki. And what I thought was that if we could allow these to be softer and more flexible, it would allow all sorts of new experiences and devices to be created parting from this. Now, makers of wearable devices are the first that Polyera believes will emerge truly bendable technology and embrace it. To prove its concept, Polyera is developing its very own Wove Band, which is a long rectangular display that you can curve around your wrist, like a snap bracelet does. The prototype Wove Band feels as much as wearable as it does a fashion statement. The band uses a very low amount of energy that even when you are not interacting with the screen, it can display artsy patterns or designs. The band uses black and white e-ink from Taiwan as opposed to a colorful display which would consume actually more power. Tap the Wove Band with your fingers and you can change the screen to display weather forecasts, headlines, or even your very own inbox email. The company envisions its own systems of apps and services, very similar to iOS or Android, to provide content for the product, which is slated for release in the year 2016. Even if the Wove Band does not take off quite in that year, the technology is quite promising. The flexible display market is expected to be worth nearly $4 billion by 2020, according to an analysis from Markets and Markets. Now, Polyera is one of a wave of startups, universities, and even the US military that are investing billions of dollars in the research and development of flexible screens. And moving along to more information, the Stanford Solar Car project just unveiled its next generation of SunPower card, the Arcton. The solar array built on the Arcton's upper surface is composed of SunPower Maxeon cells, one of the most advanced solar cells available in the market. In order to increase the vehicle's performance over the team's previous model, the Arcton was manufactured by using lighter materials and a more efficient method of solar cell encapsulation. This new system actually resulted in a 50% weight reduction over the previous model, the Luminous. The name Arcton was given in honor to Leigh Barr-Tan, friend and colleague of the Stanford Solar Car project. Now, after joining the team in 2010, Tan played a key role in designing and implementing the components that resulted in Luminous' strong performance. The entire team remembers him as a daring driver, an innovative engineer, and a kind of compassionate friend. While Arcton achieves similar energy efficiency as Luminous, the former benefits from its precisely shaped frame. The curved upper body should result in increased power during the day. The vehicle was first unveiled last month at Stanford and will be competing for the world's most prestigious solar car races in the near future, a 2,000-mile trek across the Australian outback. The aim is to develop fuel-efficient, lighter, and more aerodynamic vehicles to the market. Now, before all of these races commence, it's necessary to first work out the kinks of this sweet ride from the future. We'll be right back with more information on Mexico and the world. Stay with us. We'll be back after these few messages.
Audio Jungle.